Alright guys, and welcome back to the Little Long Game channel. Today we have Spain, race number 6 in our Mercedes F1 Manager 2022 series. George Russell, literally a corner, last corner, he almost won our first Grand Prix in Miami, thanks to a safety car which pulled him and Max Verstappen back together. Unfortunately, Max defended well and held on to that victory, and George had to settle for second place. We'll be looking for better, or at least equal in this Grand Prix, hopefully. Who knows? We seem to be catching up to Red Bull and Ferrari, and hopefully soon we can start to really properly compete and actually get ourselves some victories on the board. We're going to head into qualifying. We're going to quickly smash through this and get through to the real good stuff, the racing. So, once again, on this, we'll do one run in Q1. One run in Q2, and then usually 2 in Q3. But on the first one, we'll be on a used set of softs. So we're just going to have a look, see what sort of times people are setting. I'm presuming Max will be faster on it, especially with that long straight, which I think will benefit Red Bull. Benefit them a hell of a lot. And, well, I mean, he's 6 tenths up on Sergio Perez. Stroll's crashed. Let's have a look. I mean, he doesn't even lock up, does he? He just drives on. It's almost like there's a brake issue there for him. Almost like there's a brake issue, but he's never going to compete near the front. Carlos Sainz's lap time was ruined. I'm guessing that's because he had to drive through yellows, I'm guessing, maybe. Here we go. Leclerc's going to set a lap time now, I think. There we go. Leclerc goes fastest by almost half a second on Max. Wow. And we'll wait for people to start going out. People aren't going out. There we go. Right, so we'll send Russell out first. Let it go a little bit. And now we'll send Lewis out. And we won't go into details on Q1, which should be pretty much a formality. They've both got a decent gap to the car in front. Maybe not Hamilton. He's got Albon right in front of him, you know. He has. Hamilton could be in trouble here. We might need to do an absolute miracle lap with Lewis. Oh no. Lewis is in trouble. George should be through. I don't know if George got caught up behind someone. I think he did in the end. But Lewis could be in trouble here. He needs Tsunoda and Latifi and K-Mag not to go quicker. Tsunoda's gone quicker. It's down to K-Mag. He's the last car on the track. And Hamilton. Oh my life. What? This is why it's dangerous doing one run in Q1. And maybe not doing it a bit earlier. He got stuck behind Albon. And we're going to have to do one hell of a stint in the race to get him anywhere near where he needs to be. Unbelievable. It's always Lewis that I do it with as well. I always let Lewis down. I never let George down. It's always Lewis. We're going to wait for everyone to go. Or should we just do an early lap? Right, we're just going to do an early lap. He's out ahead of Norris. He's not got anyone in front of him. He'll be able to get a decent lap time in, Russell, and should be through. Speed up a little bit. Cannot believe it. Lewis out in Q1. He's got past him, but he's not stuck behind Schumacher. We're going to have to go again with Russell. He's that quick that he's actually caught up to those cars ahead. Okay, get in. Right, so he is in. We're going to reconfigure. You know, he should be able to do it on used softs. He should be able to do it on used softs. So confirm. He should be able to do it on used softs. We're just going to wait for everyone to go. And then we'll go. They're demanding that we reconfigure him. I want to stay on those tyres, please. Right, everyone go. We're going last. Go on, Russell. Oh, he's behind Sonoda now. You've got to be kidding me. You've actually got to, he's going to be screwed over by Sonoda now. And this, we've bottled this. Let's be honest, we've completely bottled it. He has improved. He has improved. But I don't think he's improved enough. Just going to be honest, I think George is out in Q2 here. I've bottled it with both drivers. Ricciardo hasn't improved enough. It's all down to Guan Yu Zhou. Oh, Ocon has, or whoever that was. Bottas, I think it was. I think we're through. I think we are through by the skin of our teeth. We are indeed. We're through. But my God, we made hard work of it. We've got to start getting these timings right because it's just not going well. This isn't. On track that's quite hard to overtake on as well. We've got Lewis down as 16th, for God's sake. We need a big performance. In fact, we're going to go out now. We're going to do a very early lap. Very early lap here from George. He's going to be the first on the track. And we're going to have a look at what lap time can he produce. So that's where our flying lap's going to be. Just as the track starts getting busy, isn't it? We're going to get caught behind someone again, aren't we? And if they start coming, as long as we have a decent gap to any car in front, I suppose that's all that matters. But right now, I'm getting a little worried. We're going to have a car come out right in front of us. We do not need to be losing time behind cars right now. There's a couple of cars coming out, but we should, I think, be away from them here. We should be past them by the time they come out. Indeed we are. George is going to have a proper flying lap here and we'll be able to see what sort of pace this Mercedes has around Spain. Hopefully it's a good pace because we haven't been able to see it at the moment due to, obviously, traffic. So it's a 22.4 for Sector 1. I have no idea if that's any good. I guess we'll find out. I'm presuming. We've been doing 119s, but I know 117 is what Leclerc and that can do. So here comes George. Sector 2 is just at the end of this straight. Or the end of Sector 2, should I say. Oh, 29.6. Still no idea if this is actually any good. He's about 50 seconds, so he's got about 29 seconds for Sector 3. Come on, George. Put in a good lap for me, mate. Put in a good lap. Here he comes. It's a 118.4, so you can definitely see the improvement. It's not quite on par with your Ferraris. We know Ferrari can go quicker. But it's a lap time that we haven't been able to produce yet. And as we're looking, there you go. You can see how quick some of them... Oh, that's nothing compared to us. So Max actually went slower. Max actually went slower than George, but Carlos Sainz has gone quicker. And so has Charles Leclerc. So both of those have gone quicker. What? Oh, crap. we've got to... We haven't got any. Oh no, we have. There we go. We've got to put them on. One last go at it. In a minute, we're going to try and get him to be the last car out. That's what we're going to try and do. The last car on track. And then, hopefully, we can make it work from there. So there's a few... Right, let's go. I don't know if I've left that maybe a little too late. We are a bit far behind here. And he's got to somehow get around this track. He should do. He should do. So here he is, George. He will make it round. He'll make it round perfectly. And he will have a clean lap. There'll be no one in front of him slowing him down. That's the important thing in all of this. So currently, he's 5th. He's slower than Bottas, but he's quicker than Verstappen. But you'd expect Verstappen to be a bit more up here, really. So we need George to put in a better lap time now. Was it 22.6 last time round? I don't know. But it's a 22.3 this time round. Put it that way. It's green, so that's good enough. We'll take a green. We want to get ahead of Bottas, that's for sure. We need George to deliver here. We need him to deliver. Bottas will definitely improve, you feel. We need George to. He's green in sector 2 as well. Is he improving by enough to catch Valtteri? That's the big question in all this. I don't know if he is, you know. Come on, George. Caution to the wind here, mate. There is a 5th place waiting for you if you just go for it. This will be a flat-out corner. Coming through. Where does he put his car? Oh, he doesn't improve enough, and it's a 6th place start for George Russell. It looks like we've gone backwards a little bit on Red Bull and Ferrari. Judging from the pace that we've shown there, I feel like we've gone backwards. I do. We're a good second off. Work to be done. That's for sure. We've gone backwards. Yeah, we've got a big task this race day. We've got a big task. Right. So, is there a one-stop available to us, maybe? Which we could possibly bin that off. Elongate this stint. I'm thinking, yeah, one stop with Lewis. So update that strategy. That can be Lewis's strategy. George. Do we maybe 2-stop? Do we maybe 2-stop? And if we're 2-stopping, could we not maybe make so we have a stint on the 2 stints on the softs? So just we could. I don't know if it's going to make much difference being on the softs because there doesn't seem to be much difference in the performance of the tyres. As you can see, it just doesn't seem to affect all that much. So then, is there a question of whether you can one stop from hards to softs? I think that's what we're going to do here with George. We're going to go from hards to softs. And that could be his strategy. So both are going to be starting on the hard tyre. Just means Lewis can go absolutely ham on his first stint, which is what we want. Let's go. Let's go. I'm happy with that as a strategy.
We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid.
Disappointing qualifying, that's for sure.
With a top 10 position on the grid,
Right.
One of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This
Boom,
is the
boom,
Spanish Grand Prix.
boom.
And
It's
it's
lights out.
and away we go.
We are with Lewis at the moment. We can put straight onto aggressive.
Let's push. Understood.
Put him straight on aggressive because we need to start getting some places back early on, and yeah, that didn't quite work out well for us. And with George, we are currently sitting still in 6th place. Hamilton's gained a place. Hamilton is up to 15th. So he's going to maybe look to get past Ricciardo here. Oh, no. No, it doesn't matter. Sonoda's back, and he's going to get it back. Yep, Sonoda's back down and past us.
That's a position gained for Alfa Tauri.
Doesn't matter if it's a position going for Alfa Tauri, mate. We've got a lot to think about here. I do prefer the layout now with that corner, rather than having it so high. Just turn it into a big loop, pretty much. So a quick look behind us, where we find the first of the 2 Alpines. All in all, though, need a little bit more coming from these lads. Can Lewis utilise his new engine fully here? He is going, but I just don't think he's gaining enough to make the move. Or is he? Oh, he is. He is, and he's up into 15th place. And we need to now start getting through the field, not battling with Tsunoda. He needs to start going.
Position gained for Mercedes.
Russell is actually dropping back from these cars in front, but he's not dropping the likes of Ocon. So we're going to put him on to deploy. Put him on to deploy. Because we need to, one, keep in DRS.
DRS will be activated now.
We need to just pull away a little bit.
This garage has just
This car has just
gone mental.
gone mental. Cheers for that, Bono.
It's a race position gained.
We'll watch that. So this is Hamilton up to 14th.
Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
And that is on pure pace as well, this move. He's ahead before the corner.
Move indeed. And with that, they've gained a position.
And he needs to keep going. He needs to keep that going. We cannot struggle. We need to get past them all here. So as we start going, are we going to start pulling away from them or not? I think Hamilton's up to 13th. He's just going right now. He is just going.
Mercedes moved up a
Let's have a quick look on him on this one.
Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
It's, oh, down the inside of there. It's a lovely move. I mean, it does look like he goes off track a little bit, but I don't care. Up to 13th. Let's get these moves done and get them done early. There we go. We've dropped Ocon out of DRS range. So we can go back into neutral now with George. That was what we needed to do with him. I'll have a quick look at how Lewis is doing. He's right behind Guan Yu Zhao. And he's had a look. He had a look. Backed out of it. But he had a look. And he should get him down the straight anyway. So we'll watch as he hopefully gets another car. We'll speed it up though. So there we go. He's past Guan Yu Zhao. Is he going to get the Haas as well? The Haas has switched to defend. And Zhao's actually... No, he's not got either. He's not got either in the end. And George is actually... He's down on fuel. We're going to have to manage that later in the race. We're going to actually have a go at Zhao here. Sector 2. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. And Lewis is on fire. He's up to 11th. Lewis is on fire. We now need, yeah, put on harvest.
We're low on battery at the moment. Okay.
So put it on harvest. Unfortunately, that'll probably mean Kevin Magnussen will get past now. But we've done our bit. So if we do this, we'll see Kevin Magnussen. Oh no, it's not Kevin Magnussen. That's Guan Yu Zhao that's just flown by. And as for
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
As for George, he's still in 6th place. He's got a nice little lead over Alonso now. But he's not being dropped by this group. He's, you know, Valtteri's up there as well, and George is certainly in it. He's not being dropped by them, that's for sure. And now he's closing up to the back of Valtteri Bottas. And Lewis Hamilton. He's got this little cluster of cars in front. We're going to speed things up a little bit now. Now we're just waiting for Lewis and everyone to start making moves. Lewis is actually... No, he's not dropping back. I thought he was dropping back. He's not at all. He's still with them. He just needs to find a way past, pretty much. He is now dropping back, and Magnussen's a threat. So we're now putting back into neutral. Putting back on deploy, actually. And he's right up behind Guan Yu Zhao now. And is he going to have a look? He is going to have a look. And he's going to make the move. Lewis Hamilton up to 11th. He's now got Gasly in front of him. Can he get past? And George Russell, who's now opened a nice little gap over Fernando Alonso, sits in 6th. We are going to have to harvest his fuel a little bit, though. Because despite being in their DRS, he's not actually saving anything.
This is awesome work. Come on.
It's brilliant, brilliant stuff from Lewis. He's up to 10th. He's up to 10th. We'll watch that one.
Let's see what happened there.
So here's Lewis.
The Mercedes here.
He's in the points. And this right now is a superb recovery drive from Lewis Hamilton.
They make it look so easy.
And he's right behind Lando Norris.
That was a big moment.
Seems to me like he's the driver to watch at the moment in this, because Russell's just getting nowhere as Lewis is flying his way up here. If he could get past Lando... Oh no! Pierre Gasly! It's going to get through! No!
Alpha Tower regained the place.
That's annoying. And Gasly's going to get ahead of Norris here. And now we're back behind Norris. But we've got work to be done here with Lewis. There's definitely work to be done. He's get right back on the back of him though. If he can make this move happen. Because, oh, the Alfa Romeos are catching up now. Lewis took Gasly. He's now just got to get past Norris and then look to pull away.
He's moved up a place.
And he's done that. So now we'll put him on deploy and we'll try and get him away from that little cluster. That's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and get him away from this little cluster of cars. And we have broke DRS. We have broke DRS. Which is fantastic.
One wide.
Yeah, we've broke DRS with Hamilton, which is absolutely fantastic. So he's 5.4 seconds off the pace. Russell is just shunting along at the moment. So we are going to have to manage fuel. That is for sure in this race. And as the Alpines just continue to battle, we're opening that gap to the car behind. And we are closing. We are closing. So is anyone... I think we could actually potentially go on attack mode. In fact, I know we can go on attack mode. Maybe put him on aggressive for now as well. And that may open things up a little bit for us. In fact, it is. We are closing quickly.
We've just had a car run wide.
Before the end of the race, we need to look to save fuel, but we will do that in this next stint, I feel. And Hamilton is closing quickly on these Alpines. He is closing. He's 2.6 seconds behind right now. And George is right on Valtteri Bottas as well. So George, if we go onto his screen, is right here. He's right with Valtteri. And he wants to look to get past. So something's gone on in sector 1. Oh, not what you need during a recording. It's a lockup from Albon, but yeah, he just doesn't have the pace, does he? That's the one thing that is clear to see. And he's, oh, here comes Hamilton. He is only 1.2 seconds behind these Alpines now. And with them battling, suits us to the ground, mate. Suits us to the ground. We're going to let George deploy a little bit. Let George deploy, why not? Because if George could deploy, maybe get past Bottas, it'll open things up so much more for us. And we are within DRS now, these Alpines. We are with DRS of the Alpines. And I'll tell you something, we're going to get boxed in. We were going to have a look at Ocon there, but we got boxed in. And with them battling, Lewis is going to get both in one, is he? Is he going to get both? He's got both. Lewis is up to 7th. He's got both. What a move.
There's been an incredible move by Mercedes.
Wow. Let's watch this. Look at this. Both Alpines, one corner. And Lewis Hamilton right now is showing an absolute masterclass.
Back in the garage.
We're waiting to get to that point where we're changing tyres. All of a sudden we've got loads of fuel. I don't see us catching the ones in front because it's the DRS drain, which makes it nigh impossible for us to catch. We're probably just going to end up losing time and losing time and losing time to them. But that doesn't matter. So if we just let this speed along now, actually. Are we pulling away from the Alpines? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Alonso, yes. Ocon, not. And you're Nelly, are we pulling away? Every time he gets in the DRS, he's just keeping with us then, isn't he? Because he's in the DRS, if you get what I mean. He doesn't get enough to actually overtake us, but he gets enough to be right with us. In fact, he might be right with us here. There he goes. Again, look, he just gains every single time. He might get me, you know. Ocon might get us here. No, he hasn't. So what tyres is Ocon on? Ocon's on mediums. And they are less worn than Hamilton's. But that's because we've told Hamilton to go absolutely ham on his tyres. And we meant it, in all fairness. Do we harvest maybe? And then maybe let him go past us to then attack? Is that an option? Because we are gaining on George here. We are gaining on George. Oh, Ocon's pit. It's fine. Ocon's pit. He's going for the undercut. But Lewis, his tyres have got plenty of life left in them yet. So right now, we've got a question with George. The strategy, is it going to work? I'm not so sure. Having said that, Lewis, well, he was gaining on Leclerc. He was gaining on Leclerc. He's not so much anymore. Oh, is he? He's about 3 seconds behind. Perez is locked up.
That is fastest lap.
Lewis is just putting the fastest lap of the race. He's going absolutely ham at the moment, isn't he? He's trying to close up to George, which I think is the main thing for him. His whole test in this is he's got to be able to close up to George. Safety car. Safety car. Oh, it's a bit early. It's a bit early. It'd be a case of pitting both, I think. You've got to pit both, haven't you? If you've got a safety car, you can't just pit one. We'd have to pit both this lap on mediums and then just hope we can get to the end. That's the thing. It'd be mediums and then hope you can get to the end. Both could easily come in. I think there's a big enough gap as well for us to do a double stack. Because we're under safety car anyway, so you're going to be saving time. You're not going to be gaining anything. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we are going to pit for mediums. Both of them. Pit for mediums. And let's see what happens.
Safety car, safety car.
Okay.
Keep it delta positive.
Since I've said ignore. No, I want to... Yeah, okay, so they are pitting. Yeah, okay, they are pitting. So, is George... He's got a relatively cushy gap back to Lewis.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
So here we go. We are both pitting for medium tyres. We're going to watch it now from Lewis's point of view. Is this a perfectly timed double stack? Yes, it is. There goes George. He's been in, he's gone, and in we come now. Stop time. And Lewis actually gains a little bit there. So he's gone. Surely we'll be out ahead of Bottas or not. No, we're not. We're not going to be out ahead of Bottas. Bottas will be past us and so will Perez, I think. Or will he? No, Perez will not be out ahead of us. So George Russell has rejoined in second place. George is in second place. And Hamilton is in sixth place. And that is where we are. So now we'll get this back up, but we will start saving everything so we can have a proper go. The longer the safety car is out, the better it is for us. ERS is fully charged. That's fine. We'll keep it on harvest for now. George. Leclerc locked up under safety car. A bit baffling. Shouldn't really be happening, but you know. So hang on.
Safety car in this lap.
Safety car in this lap.
Okay.
There we go. So we're going to have this Aston Martin in our way here. And this could actually hamper George a little bit. This could hamper George.
Push hard now. Copy.
Because really, I think there should be a way to code in. Oh, he's not meant to be there. He can overtake everyone. Or at least maybe pull to the side now. And let people pass so they go to the back.
Safety car in. Yep.
Let's go. Safety car in. It's time to battle. And Leclerc goes. And we are past the Aston Martin without too much difficulty. Lewis is... Where's Lewis? He's got Perez right on him. He's going to lose the place to Perez, isn't he? Oh no, he's battling with him. He is battling with him with the on board. We are side by side still. We're side by side, but we are ahead. We have come out of it ahead. Leclerc is a second up already on George. Insane start for him. Sainz has leapfrogged Verstappen. And now it's a battle out to the finish, mate.
Okay, copy.
Push.
Reduce. Lift and course. Copy.
Push, George. That's what I'm telling you to do here, mate. Push. Deploy. Get away. Get out of a second. That's what you need to do, my friend. Push. Deploy.
Think about left lift and coast.
Let's go. We've got to push, and we've got to push hard. We need to get Carlos Sainz out of our DRS. That's what we need to do. Before DRS opens, get Carlos Sainz out of it. Because it is pointless. And I'll tell you something, Bottas could easily become an issue here, because he is about to go a second. So he's about to go out inside a DRS of Verstappen, which will give Hamilton that opportunity there to get him. Sainz is out of DRS now. Sainz is out of DRS. Put that back onto balance. He's only just.
Save fuel.
I get that. But surely the Ferrari's advantage over the Mercedes isn't that great. I know in quali it definitely was. I think we've just got to accept maybe that isn't our battle. Our battle here is with Lewis, who's right on Valtteri Bottas, his former teammate now. Can he? He's trying it. He's going to try it. Round the outside it. Run outside into turn 1, down the inside into turn 2. And he'll have the outside line in turn 3. Valtteri Bottas will probably hold on to the position just about here. Unless Lewis pulls off an absolute magnificent one in turn 4, which he cannot. And he can't stay with him. But he'll keep pushing. He will keep pushing. And Carlos Sainz is back within George Russell's DRS. So Charles Leclerc starts to rebuild that lead that he had before the safety car took it away. And right now, Lewis is trying... Oh, this would be a move. This would be a move. He's not going to get him. I'm going to go on to neutral with him. He's still trying to get past. And if we go on there, there it is. There's the Red Bull right behind. We just need to get past Valtteri Bottas because right now we are stuck. We are stuck behind him. And Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen are right there. Come on, Lewis. DRS. Let's go. He is flying it. He is past. He's gone past Valtteri into 5th place. Well done, Lewis. Brilliantly done. And with Russell, I don't think there's much we can do. No, Sainz is gone. Sainz is in 2nd. We're going to put him onto... Is Verstappen still behind? No, he's not. Oh, that's annoying. I was about to tell him to really try and just keep the car behind, but there's no point now. We might as well just carry on driving as we were. Oh, what's up with George? George has got really slow there, and now he's got Lewis right on him.
Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do.
We can take a look now.
Let's have a look.
Here's George Russell.
Oh, he's gone onto the gravel. He's gone onto the gravel, and Lewis has actually taken him now, and so has Bottas. He's really struggling. Really struggling out there. George, yeah, needs to get his head back in the game, I think. He needs to get his head back in the game for sure. We need to try and keep Perez behind. I don't think we will. Oh, we will. Perez is way back. Hamilton's battling with Bottas. He should keep the position, I think. Just about. He will keep the position. Right. Driver, hold back car behind. That's the thing we've got to do now. We've got to try and keep Perez behind. And Lewis somehow has to find something from somewhere to get away from Bottas here. Because Bottas is far too close for my liking. Far too close. Yeah, so and he's way too close. Now with Bottas, is there another pit stop in this for him? His medium's 75% worn. I'd say there's another pit stop in this race for Valtteri. So this isn't even necessarily the race for us. Right now, Russell is pulling off an absolute master plan here, keeping Perez. But Perez is gone. Perez is gone. I was just praising him, and Perez is gone. We now need to take him off that, because we don't need him keeping them behind, when what he really needs to be doing is just driving to the best of his ability. So Perez has passed Russell. Russell's back past Perez. So where are we now? Bottas, has he pit? Bottas has pit, I think. No. Bottas has done something, but he hasn't pit. So, yellow flag, yellow. There's a yellow flag. I'm guessing that's something to do with Bottas. Nothing tells me this at the moment. But these guys have got to pit again. They've definitely got to pit again. Which brings us into play. It does bring us into play. Maybe not for the race victory. I think that would be a bit maybe too much. Leclerc certainly seems to have built a lead that he could possibly compete with. But it certainly brings us into play when you ask the question, you know, Perez is back ahead of Russell. Russell will gain Perez back anyway. So they're just going to DRS each other up towards Lewis. That's what it feels like. Because now Perez will get past Russell. No, Russell's kept him behind this lap. But for us, it's now just being patient. It's a patient game until everyone starts to pit. That's the thing for us now. It is a game of patience. And when everyone starts to pit, then it stops being a game of patience. But for now it is. And Russell's done a job there to help Lewis as best he can. Russell really has done a job there. And now here they come. Here come those pits. So Sainz's pit. And they've gone all the way down there. This is mental stuff right now. Leclerc hasn't pit, but I don't think he'd drop that much. Verstappen has pit. He's dropped back quite a lot. Ocon and Russell will now battle a little bit. We get to put that onto push. But in terms of the tyres, I don't think right now we want to push them too hard. I think we just want to try and get to the end of the Grand Prix now. That's what we've got to do. Now for Lewis, the question is, with push, can he close? He's past Leclerc. He's past Leclerc. Now Russell, hold back car behind. Please, hold back car behind. Because if you can do that and give Lewis as much of a lead as he can, honestly, it'd be fantastic. And he is holding Leclerc back at the moment, but Leclerc's got through. Oh, Lewis is locked up.
Advance the race.
He's not out, is he?
Let's take a closer look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
Has he beached it?
Goodness me. They're completely...
He hasn't beached it. Don't tell me he's beached it.
And that was a bitter blow for the team.
No.
They have really hurt their overall chances. They've locked up and gone straight on.
So, oh no. He is leading, but it's not by much now. Leclerc is going to get that victory. George was doing everything he could to... We will just watch this from George's point of view now. Can he maybe? No, he can't. Not a chance. He has actually gained quite a lot with that DRS, but it's now, you'll just see, think go. It's really disappointing. So we expect Leclerc to get Hamilton and get him soon. Maybe here. It will be here. Leclerc goes back into the lead. And now Russell and Hamilton have got to do what they can. They've got to do whatever they can here. Is Hamilton holding Russell up? That's my next question. It's an 8-second gap to Verstappen. George is saving on fuel, no end. So we're going to put them both on push. 11 laps to go. We've got a 7.3 second lead. Stroll is holding us up. Stroll's holding us up. It's Vettel next. In terms of tyres, I could probably go a bit more aggressive with Lewis now. Not so with George, I don't think. But with Lewis, I definitely can. And we'll see what he can do heading towards the end of this Grand Prix now. Verstappen is a threat to George, that's for sure. He's a threat to George. Is that still on deploy? No, it's on neutral. I don't know why it's on 0 then. We're going to have to take them off that, because I do get worried every time that it's just going to end up costing us on a car stopped on track. I'm not pitting. Are we pitting?
Keep the delta positive.
Where would we come out? We would come out. There would be an Aston Martin in the way, that's for sure. There'd be at least one Aston Martin in the way. I think we'll come out behind Sainz but ahead of Perez. But we can't pit both. We pit Lewis last time and it didn't work. Do we pit George this time and see what happens? Realistically, for Hamilton, where's he going to end up? 4th, 5th, around there. I think we're going to pit George. I think if we pit George and tell him to absolutely bomb it on these sets of softs. So we'll do that. Put it on conserve for now. Conserve. Harvest. So do all of this. And George can pit. And this will be the risk we take this time round.
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car.
So Magnussen crashed. I'm taking it this is why we've got one. So he's got DRS and he just locks up. Oh, jeez. Jeez. So here we go. So we'll in a minute we'll see Russell peel off into the pits. I don't, to be honest, without the safety car, I don't think we were getting second and third anyway. I think we might have got second with Hamilton, but I think Russell definitely was going to get pipped. ERS is fully charged. And George is ahead of Perez, behind Sainz, like we thought that they would be. But is that an Alpine in the way or a Williams in the way? That's what we've got to contend with. And when we wanted to get out ahead of a car, we wanted to get out ahead of this blue dot, and we haven't. So realistically, this probably isn't going to work now. And all we've done is make Lewis vulnerable to Verstappen and Sainz. Realistically, that's what we've done. So everyone's now going to get up behind. Anyway, so as they all... Safety cars in this lot. Okay. So George can go full attack, full push. And we'll put that on neutral, but we will be putting it on. I think Lewis could probably go on attack and full push. Did we never put him on harvest? Oh. If we put it on to deploy. So we are going all out for it here. We just need this Aston Martin to get out the way and get out the quickly. That's what we need. Let's go. The Aston Martin's held us up a little bit. He's got out the way, but Verstappen's got us. Verstappen's got us. George Russell's down to 12th. What the hell's happened to him? What has happened to George Russell? He's down in 12th for some reason. And here's Lewis. Just go ham. And George got to try and salvage some points from somewhere. Pitting him was a mistake. Oh. Lewis is going to have a go here at Max. He's going to have a go here at Max. Oh, Max is going to have the inside line though, isn't he? Yeah, inside line. And Max will just about hold on to second place. Lewis is right there having a go, isn't he? George, I don't know why he's all the way down here for. Is it because Vettel, maybe? Come on, Lewis. Come on, Lewis. Go on, Lewis. Outbrake him. Outbrake him, Lewis. Is he? No, he's not there. He's not there. Not quite. Oh, well, he will have the inside line for here. Lewis hasn't given up on second place just yet. He's side by side. Go on. Surely. Come on. Lewis is up. Back up to second place. Russell also overtook Zhao as we try and salvage whatever points we can with George Russell. I don't know what happened to him. I'm not happy about it. I made a mistake pitting him. And now, with Lewis, we've just got to try and get away from Max as much as possible. We've got to try. And George, that position there, mate, is for point. It's for a point. Minor floor damage. I think it's minor. Well, we're not pitting you, mate. That's fine. We've just got to try and get past as many cars as we can these next 4 laps. We will go neutral. Lewis is trying to break DRS here to Verstappen. It's been enabled this lap. We're trying to break DRS to Max Verstappen here, which isn't easy. Because he stayed just about inside of it. And George Russell it isn't going well, his attempts to get into the points here. It's really frustrating for me. He's in a DRS train. I just need him to get a really good exit out of the corner. That's what I need. And Lewis comes out of there. Max will have DRS. He's coming at him quick. But not quick enough. Not quick enough, indeed. And George has these two cars in front of him. Can he get two in one corner? He's got one. He's had to bail out and lose both there. Oh, I thought he was going to get past. So Max. I feel like Max is going to get Lewis this lap. I feel like Max is going to get Lewis this lap. Five tenths back, heading down this straight. He's gone. Max is past. Max is past. Lewis is fighting back though. Lewis is fighting back. Down the inside. He's back up to second place. Fantastically driven. And then George is just stuck behind Gasly and Norris. Are we going to try and hold cars back? Is that the best option? I'm going to try that. Try and hold cars back. I think it's possibly the best option for Lewis. Come on, Lewis. Leclerc's... Oh, Max and Sainz have gone. And Perez have gone. Wow. In the end, it just didn't happen for us. And it's going to be a 5th place. And we've got to put everything into Georgia, haven't we? We've got to put everything into George. Because Hamilton's relatively secure in 5th. Come on. Come on. We've got points to get here. We've got points to get here. We've got points. Brilliant from George. He's finally got past. Damaged car parts. The wheels. It's the tyres of Lewis. So we're just going to put that down. Because we don't want him to absolutely cook his tyres to the point where Ocon can then catch him. In the end, Lewis had the chance of a podium. It was fantastic. It worked out as well as maybe we could have hoped in the end. And, you know, he's got a 5th place from 16th on the grid. George, on the other hand, this is very disappointing. We bitted him in the hope that maybe he could challenge for a podium. And it just hasn't worked out for him in the end. Just hasn't worked out for him. Maybe keeping him where he was and telling him to try and hold back the others so Hamilton could get away might have been better. But we didn't do that. And yeah, we cost ourselves, unfortunately. So it's going to be a 5th place for Lewis. Yep, Perez has crossed the line. Lewis has crossed the line. We'll speed this up because George will cross the line in 9th. And from the highs of Miami... Yeah, from the highs of Miami, it's been a disappointing Spanish Grand Prix. That's for sure. Really disappointing Spanish Grand Prix. A 5th and a 9th. A lot of work to be done on this car. That is for sure. Yeah, fastest lap in the end went to Charles Leclerc, who just was a streets ahead of everyone else. Drivers' Championship, Lewis has overtaken George Russell now. So he's ahead of him by a point. And he goes to 4th in the championship. And in the constructors, we sit relatively alone in 3rd, 121 points. Alfa Romeo aren't really a threat to us. And we're still a decent 46 points behind Red Bull. Not much for him. A little bit of to learn from George. But all in all, just a bit disappointing, isn't it, really? Very disappointing Grand Prix. We were hoping for much better than that. And at one point, we could have got maybe a 2nd and a 3rd. In the end, it turned out we definitely couldn't do that. And next up, it's Monaco. I like Monaco. Either way, if you've enjoyed the Spanish Grand Prix, please do drop the video a like and give the channel a subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later.